From birth up until preschool, children go through numerous stages of progressive growth when it comes to speaking and listening. The following is an example of a typical progression based on the early learning standards. Birth to 12 months. Children begin to improve their listening and speaking abilities at this time by responding to words and noises, talking nonstop and producing a range of noises, and responding to basic verbal demands. 1 to 2 years. Children's speech and listening abilities continue to grow at this point as they understand basic directions, start utilizing 1 or 2 word sentences, and copying the words and sounds used by adults. 2 to 3 years. Children develop more advanced speaking and listening abilities throughout this time. They begin by interpreting instructions that are more complicated, making sentences of 2 or 3 words, and asking simple questions. 3 to 4 years. Children have better developed speech and listening abilities at this age. They follow detailed directions, talk in complete sentences, ask and respond to difficult questions, and they talk to their peers and adults in conversation. 4 to 5 year olds. Children's speech and listening abilities are highly developed during the preschool years. Excuse me. They utilize and comprehend a broad vocabulary. They're able to speak with clarity and fluency, and they're able to hear stories clearly and accurately recall them. A key element of a child's entire language and literacy development is the development of speaking and listening abilities in kindergarten through 3rd grade. The typical development of these abilities, as indicated by academic standards, can be summarized as follows. Excuse me. Kindergartners are expected to understand and respond to spoken instructions and clearly communicate their feelings, ideas, and opinions. By the end of 1st grade, they should be able to engage in cooperative discussions in small and large groups about subjects being taught. And when someone reads aloud, be able to ask and respond to questions concerning important facts. In 2nd grade, students are expected to ask and respond to questions about who, what, where, when, why, and how to show that they've comprehended important facts in a text that has been read aloud or information that has been given to them. They also should be able to speak clearly in an integrated sentences, narrate a story, or retell an event using key information and relevant details. By the time they finish 3rd grade, they should be able to effectively participate in a variety of teacher-led, small group, and one-on-one collaborative conversations on class texts and themes with a variety of partners, expanding on the perspectives of others while effectively voicing their own. And they should be able to use relevant data and appealing details. One can report on a subject, describe a story, or retell an experience while speaking clearly at an appropriate pace. A child's speaking and listening skills can be greatly impacted by language delays. Here are 2 possible outcomes. 1, having trouble understanding speech. It might be difficult for kids with language impairments to comprehend what other people are saying. This may result in frustration and social isolation. Number 2, inability to express oneself. Children who experience language impairments may also find it difficult to communicate their needs, wants, and feelings. This may lead to having a restricted vocabulary and speech errors. The development of reading and writing skills highly depends on speaking and listening abilities. Vocabulary. Children's vocabulary grows as a result of the words they hear and use in conversation. Comprehending the meaning of words facilitates understanding when reading. Grammar. Children's usage of sentence structure during conversation assists in their understanding of written language syntax. Some strategies to foster listening and speaking skills in the classroom include role modeling what good listening and speaking skills look like, play listening games, set goals or expectations for listening and speaking. To improve comprehension, use visual aids, and promote group discussions. Collaborative learning in the classroom encourages the development of listening and speaking skills in multiple ways. 1, it improves problem-solving skills. Groups are frequently needed for collaborative learning projects in order to finish an assignment or find a solution. For tasks like these, students must discuss and evaluate many concepts to determine which is best. Group problem solving and active engagement help students build their own critical thinking abilities as they work through an assignment or challenge. 2, it improves communication skills. In order to accomplish a task that requires students to utilize their verbal communication skills to share ideas, clarify concepts, and offer clear and concise feedback, collaborative learning depends on good communication. Students must work together to accomplish this by utilizing social cues, verbal exchanges, and eye contact. They also exercise and develop social skills like empathy, respect, and active listening during this process. 3, it develops critical thinking skills. Students may be inspired, excuse me, to think more critically as a result of this curriculum. Students analyze and debate material when working in groups to accomplish tasks or find solutions to problems. Also, group projects that require participants to analyze, evaluate, and justify their own views, as well as those of others, help students develop their critical thinking abilities. A child's hearing and speaking abilities may be impacted by dyslexia, since it might impair their capacity to take in and understand spoken language. They may struggle with word retrieval, spelling, pronunciation, expressing themselves, staying on topic, and reading comprehension. Some strategies that can be implemented to support students with dyslexia when listening and speaking include the use of visual aids, provide extra time for reading and writing responses and tests, speak slow and clearly, and give them simple instructions. Thank you.